Well, let's bring in former federal lawmaker, Senator Resolved-Sekibo. Good to see you, and thanks for your time. With what's been playing out lately and the very latest, does it look like some form of peace returning to Rivers State, or it looks like we're getting deeper and deeper into the conflict amongst all parties?
Well, for me to delve into the matters in Rivers State, I will suggest you allow me to go through a few backgrounds. And then after that, maybe can get some questions. I believe that most of the issues...
You have to make it short if you can do the background in a minute, because we really don't have the luxury of time. Please.
Okay, I will do that. Now, the issue actually is on the House of Assembly for now. And the question arises, what is the background for the issue? First of all, the House in a sitting suspended 4 of its members. Now, what does suspension mean? When we are reading about the legislature, either at the national level or at the state level, you will look at the Constitution, you will look at the Legislative Houses, Powers and Privileges Act, and then you will also look at the standing orders of the House. Section 101 gives the power to the House of Assembly to regulate its proceedings, through which the standing orders were formulated. And then, when these rules were suspended, the Legislative Houses, Powers and Privileges Act in Section 22 says this: a member of a legislature house who has been suspended from the service of that house shall not enter or remain within the chamber or precinct of the house while such suspension remains in force. And if any such member is found within the chamber or precinct of the house in contravention to this section, he may be forcibly removed therefrom by an officer of the house, and no proceeding shall lie in any court against such officer in respect of such removal. That means that the moment the House in unison suspends you, they take away all your entitlements and concerns. They derobe you of your privileges, and therefore you cannot, on behalf of that House or as a member, even speak, including your allowances and salaries are withdrawn. Now, they suspended some members, which are 4 in number, and then 27 were remaining. And then we also observed that after a while, the 27 members vacated, decamped. I will use the word decamped. They decamped from the APC to the DPC, from PDP to APC. Now, the argument is this: since they have cross-carpeted, are their seats automatically vacated? It is after no. I will refer you to section 109 that they will always read. Section 109 has 8 provisions that will make a person to vacate his seat. Now, out of them, 1G, which is being read every day, says a person being a person whose election to the House of Assembly was sponsored by a political party, he becomes a member of another political party before the expiration of the period for which that House was elected.
Just like we established earlier, we really do not have time to go through all of the background stories and the technicalities involved. The simple question really is, the crisis between Wike and Fubara, to what extent really is it about the people of Rivers State? I mean, 2 gentlemen, one a former governor, the other one incumbent governor. Their face-off seems to be affecting governance. Now, 5 commissioners have resigned. Does it serve Fubara well that this pro-Wike commissioners have stepped down?
Well, that is why I want to give the background, because the entire background rely on the problem in the House of Assembly that is causing the crisis. If you understand that basis, then I cannot go forward for these other questions. Otherwise, if somebody is working in a system and the environment is not conducive for him to work, he has the right to resign. If the environment is not conducive for him to work, he has the right to resign. The resignation of commissioners is not starting from today. It has been there. But because there is a background problem, and except we understand that background problem, we cannot solve the problem, the general problem. That is why I'm trying to take you through some of the few problems I want to, if you allow me to just make a few points.
What you're saying in essence is that these 5 commissioners who were part of the initial 9 that actually resigned were right to step down. Who's making the environment uncomfortable for them? Is it Fubara, the sitting governor, or the former governor, Wike?
Naturally, it is important to understand that from presumptions that former Governor Wike appointed them to work with Fubara. That is the presumptions, because some of them were in his own cabinet before. If that presumption is correct, and then they are working with another principal who is in disagreement with the one that suggested or nominated them for appointment, definitely there will be clash of interest. There will be clash of interest. It's a common knowledge. And if there's a clash of interest, they cannot continue to serve in that government. The best thing for them is to resign so that Fubara can have maybe fresh commissioners to fill his cabinet and then serve the Rivers people.
So I asked earlier, how does this work for the people of Rivers? Is it a make or break situation? You are one of the political leaders in Rivers State. What do you think should be done to bring the needed peace? They say, well, governance seems to be suffering.
That is what I want to explain, and you cut me off. For me, it's good to have a background of the problem, and then we can ask all the questions. Now, the 5 commissioners resigning from government
it is a news program, so everything comes in concise form, so we don't have that luxury of time. Still, we'll do away with the backgrounds and just jump at...
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead then.
It's okay. Now, if we are able to reconcile the issue of the House of Assembly, if we are able to reconcile it, I am sure that will lead to a better way to resolve the entire crisis. Because for now, what is burning the state is the issue of 2 parallel assemblies. Are the 2 parallel assemblies recognized by law? That is the point I want to make, if you will allow me. But I believe that in the first instance, if 4 people were suspended, the Legislative House's Powers and Privileges Act say that they cannot have any right to talk on behalf of the State Assembly as though they were assembly members. That's what the law says. And the other question is that some members can cross-carpeted to another political party. Are their seat vacant, or can their seat be made vacant? That is another question. If you read the relevant sections, section 109, 1 and also 2, you will observe that it is the Speaker of the House that can give effect to that. That's what the law says. The Speaker of the House shall give effect to that. But in this case, from what we heard, or what we are hearing, the Speaker and the other members cross-carpeted to another party. He read their letters and hit the gavel. In the legislature, when the gavel is hitting for yes, it is yes. When it is hitting for no, it is no. And until a court of competent jurisdiction, that is the Federal High Court, look at this and give it a place, these people are still members of the State House of Assembly. It is not a town hall meeting where somebody will say, because they cross-carpeted, they are no longer members. If you read that section, subsection 2 of 109, it gives the power to the Speaker of the House to effect the vacation of somebody who has cross-carpeted. But in this instance, the Speaker himself is part of those that also move over to the other party and then hit the gavel, accepting them in that party to function in that party. In the eye of the Constitution, until a court of competent jurisdiction pronounce a word that their seats are vacant, they remain as members of that. And then the other question is, where will they meet? A state house of assembly can meet anywhere in the state. They can meet even at the fishing port. They can meet in a village. They can meet in a farm. That is what the law says. If you look at section 129 of the law, that is what it says. So they can meet, provided the maize is there, the clerk is there, the presiding officer is there, they can meet at anywhere in the state.
Right.
Now, if that is true, can another suspended...
Go ahead.
Can other suspended members arrogate themselves the power of the Constitution and form a parallel assembly? No, they cannot. Because they were suspended already. Right. If you are suspended, you don't have the power. You have been derobed. You have been derobed. If you are derobed, you can't come again and talk on behalf of that house. Sit and appoint a member. Now, you will also remember the Constitution defines the House of Assembly. And it says that in section 91, it says that a House of Assembly shall have at least 20 members minimum or 40 members maximum for the whole country. That is deriving from 3 or to 4 of the membership of the House of Representatives. Their number must be 3 times or 4 times the membership of the members in the House of Representatives. So you are now bringing 3 members to sit on behalf of 32 constituencies to take decisions on behalf of a state. It doesn't work. The law does not organize it. And of course, you also know
Senator Sekibo,
that the Constitution in section 1...
Viewers, so that we don't lose your train of thought, and more importantly, our viewers don't lose your train of thought.
Yes.
Let's see if we can make sense of all of this. It's important, of course, to state, what the rule of law says, what the Constitution says. But in trying to resolve these issues, President Tinubu actually intervened. A lot of people actually saw Fubara's acceding to some of those 8-point demands as a sign of weakness, but he was just trying to respect, the president. But now it looks like it's all being thrown back in his face. What exactly is the way forward? Because the rule of law, the Constitution, was set aside in, trying to make peace. What's the way forward in Rivers State?
It's okay. The ADRO is accepted in everywhere. Alternative dispute resolution is accepted anywhere. And thanks to Mr. President for inviting the governor and the former governor, some other elders, on a roundtable talk. Now, after the roundtable talk, one of the major issues is to represent the budget to the State Assembly of the 25 persons. At that time, there were no 3 members parallel assembly. That has not been done. Two, President said, reabsorb the commissioners. All of them were truly reabsorbed. Rescreened. Their names are forwarded to these current 27 members House of Assembly. They were screened and they were sworn in again. That it means that the assembly was in existence and the present governor is aware that there was an assembly because he submitted to them. Now, thereafter is to submit the budget for scrutiny. He did not do it. He submitted the budget before a 3-member panel or three persons. Because since they were suspended, they were not longer honorable members of that house. They were not longer honorable members of that house. But present to them, it means that they are implementing a budget that has not been appropriated, that have not been approved by the State House of Assembly.
All right.
And there are a lot of them.
Yeah, unfortunately, we'll have to end it there. Thank you very much. If viewers were wondering on whose side you were, I'm sure they understand exactly when by now. Former federal lawmaker, Senator George Thompson Sekibo, thank you very much for joining us.